Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Soul Navigation. I hope you are wonderful. Welcome to my October 2018 transits video. I hope you like this. Get your calendar, get your drink, sit back with me. It's a really fascinating month and it's a really fascinating time. We're about to step into some real breakthrough energy, and we're going to see this in our own personal lives, and we're going to see this out there in the world. So get your drink, get your sparkling water with lime or your coffee or your tea. I got tons of notes and I can't wait to share this with you. Also, go to my YouTube station. It's called Soul Navigation, and just ring the little bell and subscribe, and then you will get access to all my videos. And every time I upload a video, you will be the first to know about it. So let's start. Get out your notes. Or your notebook, I should say, and your pen. So the big news this month, you probably already know, is that Venus is going to go retrograde, and I'm going to go pretty deep into what that means and what you should do about it and how it might affect you and what is going to bubble up to the surface. But there are two other aspects that I really want to talk about because they're kind of coming to an end, and they've been in play for a very long time, but we are really seeing the apex or the crescendo of these two pretty giant aspects come out to play in the world today, with the collective and then also personally in our own lives. They're pretty loud in my own personal life, and they're really loud in the world today. So that first aspect is Saturn trines Uranus. And that has been in place since about May 30th, and it's going to go all the way till November 11th. And then that's a pretty big deal. And then we also have Mars square Uranus, and that goes until about the 10th of October. And that also began in May. And we're going to talk about both of these and how they might be showing up in your own life and in the world. So first, let's talk about Saturn in trine with Uranus. Think about this chapter that is being written in your book of life. It started on the last day of May 2018, and it will go until November 11th. And Saturn is in trine, so that's happy or harmonious aspect with Uranus. Now, the funny thing is, though, that these two energies don't usually like each other because they're completely opposite. So these opposite energies are in a harmony together, and they have been since May. So that means that they can produce good results. They are easier. They're not in a frustration with one another. They're in a mutual respect, if you will. So I'm nothing like you. You're nothing like me, but I respect what you have to bring to the table. So let's go deeper, okay? Although I'm going to tell you that this transit's going to go until November 11th. And it started again on the last day of May. So, and although I will tell you, I think you're going to feel this transit all the way through Thanksgiving, because it's still in play. It's just not as tight. So this is the blending of innovation and tradition. So where do you want to have security and structure and also break free from the stifling rules and regulations that are placed upon you? You know, this aspect can help you make very solid but radical shifts in your life. So think of Saturn as wanting security. Think of Saturn as wanting achievement. Think of Saturn wanting, or just getting, maybe not even wanting, but getting more responsibility. Think of Saturn maybe having to take care of somebody or working at a higher level, or just the weight of the world on their shoulders. You don't always ask for those opportunities. Sometimes you're placed in those situations. And Saturn also doesn't believe in getting anything for free. Saturn works hard to feel a sense of accomplishment and a sense of worth. Now, your Uranus is wanting to shatter all the limitations and form new pathways and new experiences that it considers to be more brilliant than Saturn's traditional ways. And Uranus dares to live outside of the box. It wants to break free from Saturn's restrictions. So where are these two forces playing out in your life? For me, I can relate. My walls are so white, I had to paint everything. If you remember the wall behind me before, it was burgundy. Because I am leaving my beloved home after 13 years. I bought this home by myself. I'm really proud of it. I love my home. It's so lovely. First home I ever purchased, and now I'm expanding my family, and I'm moving into a larger home. But in doing so, I made a commitment to my family that we would stay in the same neighborhood, the same school district, the same place, and I didn't want to break that commitment. Even though I could have probably happily moved to San Diego or some big giant radical shift, right? But it's a move, right? Huge. It's kind of the Uranus. It's a little better home, a better investment, a bigger home, a lovelier place. And it took a lot of guts to be able to put it together. But it's really, I've really done it in a very pragmatic way, right? And you can see the Capricorn piece of that, staying in the same neighborhood and honoring tradition. And but at the same time, you can see, wow, just boom, one day I put my house on the market, sold, and here I go. And so this is just an example of how I can relate. But how is that playing out in your life? Have you have you allowed yourself to fall in love with somebody and maybe settle down, right? Have you taken on a new job? Or I have a client who's like, after 35 years, she's just going to up and quit her company that she's owned, and she's going to go travel and write a book. So that's very Uranus trine Saturn. So this aspect ushers in change. And for me, it's a whole brand new big lifestyle. And this aspect wants to usher in an awakening for both you personally and the collectively. So where in your life or what has been begging and dying for change? And this would have been already brewing in May, and it was. That's right when it happened for me, over the Memorial Day weekend, and that's right when this aspect was at a crescendo. Now, I'm not trying to define what kind of change, but the change will be rampant and intense, and you will also see this out in the world. There will be mega change. People are sick and tired of having things the way they have been. And this is an aspect that creates a deep desire of out with the old and in with the new. And the old and more traditional proven track record, if you will, the hard work and the more clear rules and regulations that want to hold on to power versus the new progressive energy that just wants to be independent and free and outspoken and feels strongly about not sitting down and not shutting up. And you can see this play out in the world on a day-to-day basis between millennials and baby boomers. And you can see this between the different generations of people. So the Great Depression babies that are in their 80s versus the Gen Xers who are the rebellious Uranian Gen Xers that are in their late 40s and 50s. And you can see this play out with the take a stance or take a knee. And which side do you feel people should have the freedom to express their beliefs wherever they are? Or do you believe that this is tradition and we need to uphold this tradition and it should not be done on a work day? So you'll see this controversy out in the world, but I want to ask you, where is this controversy? Where is this trading out or weighing the trade of the responsibility versus the breakthrough? Now, it's important to know that you can blend the two. and you can create really, really powerful breakthroughs when you do. You just have to honor both really different energies. So break free, but honor the past work. Okay, so in your life, which planetary god will win? Saturn, the patriarch, or Uranus, the revolutionary? It's a big deal. And which side do you sit on? Whose voice do you use? You know, they're both very powerful. They just operate very differently. So one is feverishly outspoken. The other is tried and true. So create a shift right now. And I would love for you to leave me a note and let me know what shift is happening with you. How is this showing up in your life? And we'll go into this a little bit more because there's other similar energies. Uranus is a big deal this month, so we'll keep going. Let's look at that other aspect. Mars squares Uranus, which began around the middle of May 16th. It hit a second time in August, and now we're on the third and final contact with this square, which occurs September 18th, and it finishes up around October 10th. And this can be a very rebellious and impulsive, not repulsive, impulsive aspect. Is that a Freudian slip? Oh my gosh. Well, this is where we don't follow the rules and where there can be really serious consequences with this aspect. We can be brazen and we can be rash and we can be filled with giant, enormous energy. And this is when we can break free and when we can also get really frustrated when we are stymied. So we are wanting more freedom right now. You know, we saw the Kavanaugh hearings, all of us probably, and with this aspect where rules and maybe what we may just now call old-fashioned politeness and manners was just seriously thrown out the window. I mean, it was just, I have never in my life seen people be so disrespectful to each other, to gosh, I can't even talk about it. That's a whole nother video. But you really saw how it was just such an active, complete rebellion on so many different people's parts that I thought it was really, really interesting. So we see with this aspect, okay, this Mars square Uranus, we can see the anger in people. We can see people just seething with anger and frustrations, and I guarantee you people will be fighting for a change right now. Get ready. This aspect has been in play, as I mentioned, since September and even prior to that in May. But get ready to see revolutionary fights right now. Get ready to see people just angry, wanting a new way, a new radical shift, and doing almost anything to get it. People are overloaded with vitriol and they need to just take a deep breath, and we have to make a commitment to not lose our minds inside this transit. This transit feels like road rage. That's what this transit can feel like. And in your personal life, I just say be patient and calm and cold and meditate and breathe and be with like-minded souls right now that will listen to you and hold them in your heart and hold you in your heart. Love is always the remedy. And sometimes it's a hard thing to do when you are also fighting so ferociously for something that you believe in or for a change that you want to see happen. Also, figure out what your truest self is and then align your energy with it and activate that bold and brazen energy inside of you with your authentic self so you can do something really meaningful with this aspect, with this transit. Okay, so mark your calendars for February 5th. We got lots to talk about here. Hope you're doing okay. So Venus goes retrograde, and this is happening at 10 degrees Scorpio, which brings about 6 weeks of increased passions that you can channel in so many different ways. So Venus is going to ask you what, Venus is going to ask you, and when it retrogrades, it's going to sort of make you reflect and maybe even challenge you on your value system, what you truly love, your money. It also represents the feminine energy. So Venus asks us, what do we want to invest in? You will want to invest in things or ideas or people that you truly love and that you value, and that have a value in your life, I should say. Now, you're going to want to invest in things that benefit you. And you're going to want to make good investments that reflect your values right now. You really want a productive and meaningful ROI on life right now. Will you speak out about your values? And what will you do when someone gets you, or someone tries to get you to undermine your self-worth or undermine your value or not treat you at your appropriate value? Get ready for that theme to play out when Venus goes retrograde. Watch your money and watch your love life. Don't fall for someone who doesn't set up the relationship seeing your value and your worth. Don't accept breadcrumbs for roses, right? Don't be demeaned right now and expect that you will not be valued for your worth at this moment in time. Little side note, little side story. So many years ago when Venus went into retrograde, it went into retrograde in Pisces, I believe. Not positive, but I think so. Anyways, I met this, I wasn't dating anybody at the time, and I met this absolutely incredible man. I mean, I swear I thought JFK Jr. walked in the door. He was so beautiful and smart and just everything a woman could ever want. And we sat down next to each other at a restaurant and ate dinner just by chance. And so we made friends. And he asked me if I would like to see him again. And I thought, absolutely. But I asked him, are you single? And he said, well, I'm separated. And I thought, what does that mean? Well, it comes to turn out that he was separated, right? And I asked him, oh, like, are you packed and out of the house? Or like, I wanted to know what I was getting involved with, right? So he said, yeah. And so we went out another time and we talked on the phone a little bit. And I'm telling you, I just was crazy about this guy. He was just wow factor. Wow. And I was really excited. I was just so inspired and so excited. But Venus was in retrograde in Pisces. So I ran upstairs and I looked at the transits and I was just like, oh, this is not looking good. There's deception all over this. And so as time went on, what I came to realize is, before I even got seriously involved in any way, shape, or form, I mean, it ended before it even started, is that the man wasn't really separated. He didn't enjoy his wife any longer, and he wasn't interested in being married, but he was not separated. And I didn't think he was. And then Venus was in retrograde. So this is an example of how you can be, I don't know, manipulated or tricked in a way to underestimate your worth or your value, or somebody could kind of shortchange you. You can kind of be duped a little bit, if you will, around money, investments, and love. So it isn't always the case. Venus in retrograde is nothing like Mercury in retrograde. And I don't think it is the very best time to start a relationship, but you can start one. You just have to be very careful, and you got to ask those smart questions. So let's go a little bit deeper. I want to show you with the charts how this works. I want to show you the October 5th chart and the November 15th and then December 17th, if I can do it. So hold on one second. Let me just do this. I think you can see my screen now, I'm hoping. So here is this. And let me put this down over here. Okay, there's October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Look at this. This is really interesting. I'm going to take me off for now. Okay. So here we have Venus right here at 10 degrees Scorpio, right? And this is going to last for 40 days until November 15th when Venus goes all the way back to 25 degrees Libra. So it's going to go all the way back here. And let me just go forward, okay? And I will show it to you. Oops. Sorry. Here we go. So look at this. Venus goes to 25 degrees Libra right here on the 15th. And then there it is. On November 16th, Boise, Idaho time. That's not Pacific time. I really should change that so I could talk about these things in Pacific times. I think I have the times written down, but don't pay attention to this time. Anyways, look at, there it is direct, okay? 1 day prior, there it is in retrograde, okay? So it's gonna go direct on the 25th degree of Libra. So it started, remember, way over here in Scorpio, and it went all the way back. It went all the way back to 25 degrees Libra. So what does that mean? Well, that means it's starting over here on November 16th. So Venus is going to be in retrograde until the 15th. On the 16th, it goes direct. And now it's going to go back to, the 25th, the 26th, 27, 28, 29. Then it's going to go Scorpio 1, 2, okay? So I want to show you December 17th. So look at this. Here is December 17th or 16th. And here is December 17th, 10 degrees Scorpio. There's Venus. So what I'm trying to tell you is that on October 5th, Venus goes retrograde at 10 degrees Scorpio. And then, yes, it's over by the 16th of November because it starts going forward, but it's at 25 degrees Libra. But it really takes until December 17th for it to be out of its shadow and really out of the old territory. Venus in retrograde is redoing its work from the 25th of Libra through the 10th of Scorpio. And so it's kind of interesting to look at it that way. So during, I just want to tell you that when it's in Libra, okay, around the 15th of November, and it's at 25 degrees Libra, she's pretty deep into the sign of the scales and justice and fairness and balance, and it's during the midterm election. So because she's retrograde, she's going to challenge these concepts, and you watch how this plays out in your life and in the world. You'll see unfair results, and you'll also see justice want to play out. Libra doesn't get mad as much as she gets even. So it's really interesting. And I find this to be fascinating that it's going to be happening during our midterm elections. And I think I just think this is going to be, oh my gosh. I think it's going to be really, really, really big. Let me find my place here really quickly. So you're going to see that people feel results are unfair at this time, starting October 5th through November 15th. And also on November 15th, I think you'll feel a little bit better, like clear-headed, clear-minded, but it takes until that December 17th for it to completely shake out. So I want you to watch for these concepts. So Venus, I also, you know that I talk a lot about the 29th degree as the crisis degree. And Venus will be heading towards that crisis degree. So it goes the 25th, and then it's right, and then it starts, let's see, Libra. Well, Venus is going to be heading towards that crisis degree of 29. And on November 6th, she'll be on the 27th degree of Libra. So this midterm will show up as a serious crisis for people. You will see. It will be a time when people want to make sure they have a fair count. Recounts are going to be requested everywhere. People are going to be pleading and begging for a fair campaign and results. And I think many races will be just too close to count. You'll see that they won't be able to call some races, or if they do, they'll feel like the margin is too narrow. So I also want you to know that it goes back to, well, I already told you that. So it goes back to the 25th degree of Libra, and then it takes a whole nother month for it to really get out of her shadow and go back to where she started at that 10 degrees Scorpio. And then we kind of see the light. But on the 15th, you will feel a reprieve because Venus will be going forward. But we're really being asked to redo these issues and probably do the issue of fairness and not fake news, if you will, better. So Venus is love, but Venus is also your value system and your self-worth, and it's in Scorpio. It's the sign of passion and transformation and even death. So I see this as getting in touch with what do you value so deeply that you desperately need it to transform in order to get better results. Is this your money? Is this your love life? Is this your self-worth, or all three? You know, how can your self-worth be affected right now? What do you need to redo or look at? So let's talk about the 8th of October. So this is the new moon day. Put this down, and it's at 15 degrees Scorpio, and it's interesting because the eclipse in January had the same exact aspect to Neptune. So this kind of goes back to that January, when you had a breakthrough in January. This is sort of an echo chamber of that. So expect to feel more sensitive and sympathetic and comforting towards your loved ones. And I find it fascinating because this new moon really brings attention to the rights and the conditions of women. So watch that to continue to be front and center. So this is October 8th. You will see it, you will see it, you will feel it. It will be very transformational moon because this moon is going to sextile Pluto. So intense shifts and intense impact will occur. And you may see that there's a desire to become ruthless in eliminating the poison from your life. You may see that women in general will become scorpionic in pursuits of their passions. And this can also be a new female power force is born. So this is when you can really step into fierce power, but you'll also see the collective woman step into ferocity, wanting new power. Why is this? Well, let's go look at October 8th at 8 p.m. Hold on, let me do this for you. Let's go look at October 8th. Okay, these are my notes. Hold on, where is it? Here we go. October 8th. Let's do this. I have too many things on my screen. Please forgive me. So I just want you to see this. Okay, October 8th. I don't know why it's defaulting to Boise, but we don't like that because I like my Pacific time. So my notes stay correct. So, and I want to go here. Be patient with me. Okay, let's see this. Yeah, look at this new moon right here. Okay, and let me take me off. Okay, so here we go. Now look at this new moon. Isn't it interesting? There it is at 15 degrees Libra. Oh, I said it was going to be 15 degrees Scorpio. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say that because it's not even Scorpio energy yet. So that was a mistake. I just caught that. So that is Libra right there, 15 degrees. Now, look at this. This is so interesting. You know how I said this can be a new female power force? Well, why is this? Well, you can see over here that Taurus is rising, and Taurus is ruled by what planet? Venus. Venus in Scorpio. So there's a deep transformation. Remember that Venus in Scorpio in retrograde? There's deep transformation that wants to occur there. So Venus in retrograde in Scorpio is the chart ruler at this time. And now, the moment the moon turns new, it's in the sign of Libra. Well, what planet does Libra rule? Venus also. So very, very interesting. So we have got one powerhouse new moon ruled by the feminine planet Venus in the sign of power and transformation. And so it's just crazy, crazy big. And let's keep going. So that is the 8th. Let's go up here and let's make this go to the 10th, okay? So here's the 10th. And let's talk about this day, because this is pretty huge too. This is Venus squares Mars. Can you see that? So we've got Venus at 10 degrees Scorpio squaring Mars at 10 degrees Aquarius. And this can be hot and exciting, and it can be the pursuit of love and sex, and it can just be absolutely, fascinating and fun times, and it can be just a great fireworks day. Mars is the planet of your sexual expression and your life force energy and your vitality, and Venus is the love planet. It's also about justice, and I shouldn't say that. When it is in Libra, it is about justice. So very interesting, but this can also be the battle of the sexes because it's in square aspect, which is very, very challenged. And so look for, on October 10th, there to be sort of a male versus female sparring or competition. And there will be I think, battle of the sexes. So watch for men and women to struggle. And it's also, let me just show you something right here. It's also, hold on, you got to see this. I want you to see how Mercury plays out, because right here. So let's look at Mercury, because Mercury, it kind of gave me a secondary hint about this day. Here we go. So Mercury is right here at 1 degree Scorpio. And it is sitting in opposition to Uranus at 1 degree Scorpio. And what's interesting about that is when Mercury and Uranus are in opposition, it's a struggle. It's like the facts or the data, Mercury, will be challenged, Uranus. And it's kind of explosive, and it's like it can be explosive, impetuous, off-putting energy that can be really scorpionic over here, can have a bite, a sharp tongue, and a forked tongue, and even be piercing. It can be just so rude and so impetuous. So that day, October 10th, it can be fireworks if you can harness the higher energy, if you can harness the beauty, if you can harness your life force energy and your love, sex and love come into play. It can be a delicious cheese sandwich, or it can be battle of the sexes, or internally you can just have this angst. So my favorite day of the month is October 15th because Mercury is conjunct Venus, and this is a day when you can express love. And it's in Scorpio, so it's the right time to tell someone that you passionately love them, and you're in touch with what you love about this person more easily, if you will. It's a day when you can just easily express yourself, and you might do that through a gift, or the gift of your words, or the gift of I love yous. It's a day to really hug, give someone a love letter, or appreciate them, compliment them on their beauty, their sweetness, their grace. You might be receiving someone else's love and appreciation, and you might give a gift or an invitation to someone, or you might even get a gift of money. And this isn't a creative and an artistic day where your life could really be enhanced with beauty or with art, or making music or crafts or poetry or something, decorating your beautiful home. So that's nice. So let's skip to the 23rd. We move out of Libra into Scorpio, the sun does. So while our other planets, Venus and Mercury, have been in Scorpio, now, and Jupiter, we now are moving into, let's see if I can move this. What day is that? The 10th? Okay, so here we go. Here we are. Let's go one more day. There we go, 23rd. We also have the sun stepping into opposition with Uranus. Do you see that? So that is pretty huge. This is a huge, huge, huge day for a change. Get ready. And it may be that you don't even welcome these changes right here. It may be that you don't even want these changes, or these changes bring upon a struggle or some anxiety or something that you're kind of afraid of. You may feel really like these changes are really radical and they overwhelm you, and high anxiety because Uranus is just unnerving. But there also may be a real shift in your identity. You might feel that there is a lot of anxiety and a lot of tension with these changes. And right now there's a desire to break free from what really restricts you. And because it's that Uranus planet, which is the rebel, and there will be a tendency to really overload yourself and move too quickly, probably take on too many things, radically going in all different directions. And it is a time when you really don't want to be bogged down with the mundane details, but your life is moving so fast. When Uranus opposes the sun is the self, and Uranus is the rebellion, the rebellious planet. Be careful, be really careful. Wear your seatbelt. Don't be so busy that you're not focused and paying attention. This is also a day when you can lose things really easily. Slow down at the hellos and the goodbyes. Make sure you have all your things. Put your seatbelt on before you back out of the driveway. Just be careful that day. So Wednesday, October 24th at around 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. This is one of the craziest full moons. It's close to Halloween, so I just kind of want you to be careful. But this is a day that can be a real shock and awe day. And it can be filled with news that makes you just shocked. I'll show it to you so you can kind of see what we're talking about. Here we go. And here you are. So you can see that now the sun at 1 degree is still in opposition with Uranus, right? But the moon is there. When the moon is opposite to the sun, it's full. And so this is the 24th, and this is really big. So this is sort of emotional. This can be emotional shock waves. And let's just say, thank God for the stabilizing Saturn making a nice and perfect sextile to Venus right here. 4 degrees, Saturn in Capricorn, right here in harmony with Venus at 4 degrees Scorpio. Thank God for that. You can just look at each, you can't just look at each full moon the same way. You really got to look at all the planets. So on this full moon, we have this big Uranian rebel still playing out its role right up here. So it makes our emotions kind of wonky and a little bit unstable, and it makes us feel like we want this emotional freedom. But with Venus in harmony right there, Venus in harmony with that stabilizing Saturn, it's like we want the ones that we truly love close to us, and we want to cut ties with the forces that are emotionally unstable and toxic and crazy in our life. And we can really have wild and unexpected changes and turn those into opportunities that will advance us for sure. But we want to say goodbye to the crazies. And also you may see that the crazy and the dramatic and the wild just leave your life right now. You may make a commitment that you want to align with, that's very pragmatic and practical, to make your life more stable right now. But it's like this can be really, really wonky. So I just want you to know that. One of the things I can give you like a silly example, but I got new car insurance, and I had been paying really high car insurance because I have a fast car. I have 2 cars, one that's super fast, and I do go fast, and I do speed sometimes, but it seems like anytime I speed, I always get a ticket. Knock on wood, I don't need another ticket. Anyways, my car insurance went up. And it's a fast car, so of course they really, really ding you. Well, my wonderful boyfriend got me into his car insurance policy, and he saved me $3,000 a year. I know I should be doing a Geico commercial right now. Or Aflac. Anyways, he saved me $3,000. I can't even believe this, right? So it's kind of like this transit where I realized that I was kind of being ripped off. I was kind of sold a bill of goods, and I have done that for I only have had this car for a year, but I had been with this particular insurance company for, just 1 year actually. And I'm not joking, he saved me $3,000 a year. So my car insurance dropped more than in half. So that's sort of like how that stabilizing Venus can add value or find money for you, where you go and you do your research, you realized, oh my God, I've been kind of cheated. And that stabilizing Saturn with Venus, also remember the money planet and the love planet came through my boyfriend, added value to my life and gave me great insurance, the same insurance, felt taken care of, and put $3,000 in my pocket. So with this full moon, you want to get rid of the things that do not benefit you financially, that are too crazy in your life or dramatic, or just wonky. I mean, that was just wonky, right? So I hope you don't mind my personal tidbits. I just think I can help you. Friday, October 25th, the Sun and Venus are together. So in Scorpio, and so this is a big, giant, just a big, big, big love day. This is a great relationship day. So this is a day where the light really shines on your love and your creativity, and you are personifying the Venus qualities of love and affection right now, and you can expect this from others. You might feel exceptionally attractive, or you are attracted to somebody, friendly and warm, and this is one of the best days of the month, one of them, and you'll feel more sociable than usual. You might get invitations again, and this is a good day for relationships. You can start a relationship on this day. It would be a good day. So Monday, October 29th, Mercury and Jupiter are going to sit there together. I like to show you the aspects, so let me do this for you right here. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, dun, dun, dun. Here we go, 29th. Look at this. So we've got Mercury, and Jupiter in Scorpio right here. So that's called a conjunction. And this is a day when we could receive really good news. We could have a renewed faith or renewed optimism and a really happy frame of mind. So this is a great day to start a new job, to apply for a new job, to learn something new, and you're going to feel really expansive. So this is a great day for if you have to take a test or travel, or stepping into new food, new music, traveling, embracing a new culture. But this can also be a day where there's big time gossip. You might be the subject of it, but there is an expansion of news. We're probably absolutely flooded on Monday, October 29th with news. And you can also just flat out talk too much, or people can say too much. Too much could be revealed. There could be big exposure on this day. This is also foot and mouth syndrome day, where you could say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and then there's serious ramifications. This is the day where you could say something about somebody else and it's misinterpreted, and it gets you into all kinds of hot water. This is not a good day to tell anybody your secret. So watch your words today and watch what we learn on this day. This is a day also for you to take a new class or learn something new. So October 31st, okay? You guys know how I talk about the 29th degree as the crisis degree. Let me just show you this. 30, 31, here we go. So right here, Venus is in the crisis degree. It means it's leaving. It is leaving this 29th degree, and it's going to go to 1 degree, Scorpio. So this happens super late at night, like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night or something. Let's see. Let's see what time that is. Oh, 8 p.m. Seattle time. Okay. So kids are trick-or-treating. So just make sure you check your kids' candy. Don't forget about that. Don't get slack on it. And that you have your phone on Find My Friends on that night so you can know where your kids are. And I'm sure it will be good. And just remember, though, on November 1st, that aspect is still there. And so I bet you anything there will be crisis and drama and just, oh God, in the world. And it will be again about justice and fairness. And so look for it. Let's see. I just want to go to this day, November 1st, and just see. Yeah, see, it's still there. That 29 degree Libra. I don't like that. I'm just telling you the truth. It's in this crisis, so it's going to be about the justice system. It's going to be about the scales, and It's going to be about women because you got Ceres right there, and it's in this opposition to Uranus and blah, blah. Are we tired of me? Are we tired of me yet? That's on Halloween and the 1st, and it will be there. That 29th degree will be there on November 1st. So that's kind of the crisis degree, and it's going to get better, I promise you. Now, I want to kind of end this on a positive note, because I do feel that, you know, this is really important, that we are being faced with these issues and these problems and this justice aspect, because I think what's happening is we're getting in touch with what we believe in. And as a female, I think we're getting in touch with the truth about female power, and not willing to be humored in it anymore, but we really want it for true. And I also feel like this is getting people really impassioned around what they believe in, not taking anything for granted, and really fighting for those beliefs inside of you. That's the whole point of Venus in retrograde, going deep within you and figuring out what is my value system. And I will not accept breadcrumbs. I will not be duped. I will not be with somebody who doesn't deserve to be with me. And also really taking a look at your money and how can you make better decisions, better investments. So it's about our value system. It's about our self-worth. It's about our relationships. And it's about our money. This is Aurora. She's so stinking cute. She's a Taurus baby. Oh, do you want to say hi, Aurora? She's so stinking cute. Anyways, I think we have to fight the good fight right now to come up with better results. And we can do it. I think it's done. I personally believe in love. And I believe that love really does heal. Oh, she's so cute. I don't want to say goodbye with her. Not getting to see you. There, look at my baby. Look at my baby. She doesn't want to tolerate that. Just love her so much. Love her. She's a Venus baby. Isn't she cute? All right, you guys, well, I'm going to sign off now, and I hope you loved this video, and please subscribe to Soul Navigation. I know it was super long, but I hope it was helpful to you, and I really hope you get the opportunity to listen to this video and then go back to it and refer back to it. I've been astounded at some of my past videos and how they actually really played out in the real world. It's been fascinating. So take good care of yourself, and I'm wishing you the happiest October. And if you want to join my VIP circle, just go to my soulnavigation.com and click the book an appointment now and scroll down and join my VIP circle, and you will get to come onto a live webinar once a month. It's only $12 a month, and you get a free mini reading on the first Sunday of every month. So I will be seeing my VIP Inner Circle members on this upcoming Sunday. Okay, take good care. Bye.